Hi, Simple Life Ministry, Lorna here, back at you with another video. Today is part 2 of the continuation of how I heal myself of hypertension by God's grace. So I want to tell you about disease. So disease is an effort of nature to free the system from the condition that result from the violation of the laws of health. And when I think of this, I think of how good God is, because can you imagine something is wrong with your hand and a boil or a cyst will come up on it? There's always a sign to show you, to tell you that something is wrong. It's always giving you that chance to fix the problem. And so God has given us 8 laws of health. And so if we obey the laws of health and live by God's laws, we can avoid being sick. Because if we have to remember that our body is the temple of the Lord. And so whatever we put in it, we have to ask ourselves, are we honoring God by eating this? Most of the things that we do, we eat, we know from before we put it in our mouth that it is not good for us. But because of sin, as I said in my first part 1, it and childhood addictiveness, it allow us to be doing the things that we're not supposed to do. So only by prayer and supplication can we claim back health and live the way how God intended for us to live. So the 8 laws are pure air, sunlight, abstemiousness, rest, exercise, proper diet, use of water, trust in God. We all know that trust in God comes first. We have to trust in God. But when we're presenting this to others, I like to say, bring in that part first, because sometimes when you go to people to talk about God, they don't want to hear it. So first you try to heal them, you try to fix the problem, and when they gain your trust, then you talk to them about God. So this is the acronym. This is what I use to go by to heal myself. So the pure air is when I will go outside and take deep breaths. Just inhale in and out, and just sometimes I hold my hands up when I'm inhaling and bring it down when I am exhaling. Another thing is good to do is to sleep with your windows open. It's even in the winter time. I know I have fights with my husband all the time about that, but even in the winter time, and family, when you start doing that and then you stop, there is a difference. It's like the house is feeling, stagnant. See, now he's saying, because he knows, stagnant, because you're used to that fresh, clean air coming in. And so the pure air is such a healthy thing for us to have. Sunlight. For sunlight, either you're going to go in the sun for 1 hour a day. My husband likes to walk in the sun. I do not like that. I like to go for early morning walks and then go out in the sun for 1 hour. Or if I'm in the garden, I go out when the sun is high. If you're where there is no sunlight, then you would take the vitamin D3. But you do need sunlight, and the vitamin D is the replacement for sunlight. Abstemiousness. Abstemiousness that's a hard one, because it's hard for us to be temperate in things, like to stay away from things, especially if we know that it is good for us. We tend to believe that we should eat more of it because it's healthy. But even in the things that are bad for us, we need to stay away from it. And the things that are good for us, we need to eat just the right amount. In moderation. Thank you, sweetie. Rest is so hard too, because we need to know what time is bedtime, and we need to go to bed at that time. The latest we should go to bed is 10 p.m. Early to bed, early to rise. That is what the doctor always called for, old-time doctor at least. And we need to set a schedule and stick to it. Simple life. We got to stick to it, because even if you know, for me, if I go to certain time, I find my body is feeling away. Sometimes I said, sweetie, what time is it? And he tell me the time. I said, I know, because my body was telling me I should have been in bed of an hour ago. The next thing is exercise. Exercise is so important for lowering high blood pressure, and not even high blood pressure only, but diabetes. You have to walk for at the most 1 hour, not 59 minutes, but 1 hour. And not leisurely walking, but brisk walking to get your heart rate up. Proper diet. Proper diet meaning eating the right food, eating the right amount, and eating at the right time. So important. Timing is everything. And the same time you eat breakfast and dinner, make sure that that's the time you're eating at all times, because that is what the body function on best when you are on schedule. Use of water. Showering is very important, family. And the right time, I find also, if you drink 1 cup of water half an hour before you shower, that will lower your blood pressure. I find that if you take hot and cold showers, that will help. So you will do 3 minutes of cold, 3 minutes of cold. How does it work, Daddy?
Minutes of hot.
3 minutes of hot and 30 seconds of cold. And I do that 3 times. And sometimes you can have somebody timing it and telling you how to do it. And of course, trust in divine power. You got to trust God. You cannot do any of this without trusting God. You have to pray. You have to worship. You have to have faith, because you have to believe. Because here in 3 John 1 and verse 2, it says, Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. So who else are you going to trust with your health but God? Here he is saying that he wish above all things that you would have health. And so this is it. Follow the 8 laws of health. I will put them in the description. So I'm gonna end it here for now. In the next video, I will tell you how I follow the 8 laws and everything that I use, and my schedule. So Simple Life, please remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification so you know when I come back with another video. And yes, share the video to anyone that you know would be interested in something like this. Have a blessed day.